Greetings, everyone. This is Chelle, and this is Kicking It on the Chase with Chelle. It's at 5 o'clock. I'm just here to open up a live session for people to be able to, adults to be able to come and have a place where they can just chit chat back and forth. Um, it's going to be a place where you can possibly get information on community services in your area. Right now we're just we can talk about whatever we want to talk about. I just want it to be in a clean manner. I want the channel to turn into an opportunity for people to gain access to people from all over the world and find out, how they live and how they deal with things. And also, I want it to be a place for parents to be able to come and chat back and forth with each other and discuss parenting techniques, so we can talk about dating stuff. And that's kind of what I'm focusing on right now to fill up time, because I don't really have people participating in chat yet. I'm just kind of I'm going over some topics that I feel is fun and relevant for today. Um, the song for the week, every week I pick a song that defines the week, and the song for this week was by James Brown, and it's a man's world. But what he's saying also is that it's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or girl, you know. So we're women, we're important too. We all need to work together. We need to find a harmonious way in order to work together. Things are kind of off balance now, and people are kind of feel embarrassed to be who they were born. I'm thankful that I'm a female. And I want to accentuate those traits that embody a being a female. Just because you're female, that doesn't mean you can't be a successful one. And have a family. And be dependable and reliable and loving and caring and all of those positive attributes. So this channel is going to be devoted to giving adults an opportunity to just talk back and forth with each other with no necessary a specific agenda, just to be able to commune with each other and talk to other adults. At some point, once I'm able to get people to participate in chat and I build the channel up, then I will be able to offer other opportunities, and I'll go for corporate sponsorships, maybe so that we can maybe get resources to people in certain areas, or let you become aware of corporate opportunities. But for right now, my main focus is to be a mentor for you. And I left two email addresses if you have any problems. My main focus also for the channel is mental health. I talk about mental health and the importance of learning how to deal with your emotions. Also, I video record my theology lesson. I'm not a religious person, but I'm just kind of telling you what I do. But that's just something that I do because maybe somebody will get something out of it. But when I'm doing these lives, I'm not going to be focused. I'm not going to be focusing on the religion. I'm going to be focusing on fun topics that everybody can feel comfortable about participating in. So right now, I'm a one-man show. I'm not going to give up. This is only my second month. And so I'm just going to continue on until I get people to feel brave enough to come on and chat. And just know that I'm willing to be a mentor for you. If you have any concerns or anything, or you just need to talk to somebody and just get things off your chest, I'm willing to listen to you for a short period of time. What you can do is, if you have any questions or you just, you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. I left two email addresses under the description portion of my channel, and I want you to feel free to, to reach out to me if you just need somebody to talk to. If I'm not able to help you, I'll try to get you information on who and where you can go to get the help that you might need. Okay, so right now, what I'm focusing on right now for today is to fill up time. Since the song for the week was "It's a Man's World," I'm going to start off with the guys. And but I'm gonna kind of touch on three different areas. So I'm gonna discuss social etiquette tips for single men, social etiquette tips for single women, and then I'm gonna kind of go over some let's see here, some safe ideas for singles to express their passion while maintaining sanctity, while being, while keeping their dignity about them. Okay, so I'm gonna deal with the men first, since the song was "It's a Man's World." Um, I know I won't stay on here too long. I'm not gonna stay on here too long today, but I just want to show you that I'm here for you, and I'm gonna be here for you. I'm not gonna give up. I'm just gonna be I want to be a resource for you. So I'm gonna show up, on Saturdays for right now, and I'm gonna go live, and then I'm, until I get this thing built up. So, but anyway, I'm gonna just give you guys some social etiquette tips, okay? And I'm not going to give you a whole bunch. I'll give you some now, and then I'll just I have a lot of several, but I'm just going to give you some tips, and then, so you can have something to kind of think about. Being punctual when you're going on a date, you're going to meet somebody somewhere, you're going to pick the person up or whatever the situation is, arrive on time or slightly early, because there's nothing worse than one person sitting waiting for the other person, because it just brings on all kinds of anxiety. The person might think that's waiting on you, gosh, are they going to come or not? And it is not a good look either. It makes it seem as though you really don't, you're not taking the date seriously. So that's just something to think about. Another thing is dressing appropriately. Please, guys, start sprucing yourself up a little bit, When you're going out on a date with a lady, kind of spruce yourself up a little bit. Show that you care about your appearance. It doesn't take money for that, but, maybe press your clothes or whatever. If you don't have much, make it look like you care about yourself, Choose attire that suits the occasion and shows you put thought into your appearance, okay? If you're going to a nice restaurant, don't wear jeans. If you're going to a nice restaurant, don't wear jeans. If you're just going to a casual restaurant where, then okay, But even then, make sure that your stuff looks nice and pressed, and, like you took some time to prepare for the date. Smell, I'm not going to go off on the other thing right now. Greet your date with a smile, guys. It's okay to smile. It sets a positive tone, and it makes your date feel welcome. You don't want to go in there scowling and stuff, looking all hard and stuff, like you ready to just pop somebody in the mouth or something like that, So just relax, and, even if you don't smile at everybody else in a restaurant, smile at your date. There's nothing hard with that. Make her feel comfortable to be around you, Be a good listener, guys. There's nothing worse than one of us female talking to one of y'all and you didn't hear a thing we said. Pay attention and show interest in what your date is saying. And the one way that you can show her, or at least go through the motions of acting like you're listening, is kind of maybe after she finishes her thought, just maybe repeat back, summarize what she said, somehow. Incorporate what she said into your conversation. That'll kind of drag the conversation out too, Avoid distractions. Now, come on, guys, Now, when you are out with somebody, a woman, and you're looking at every other woman that comes in, which I understand, but that would, that might make her feel a little bit uncomfortable. I'm not saying don't look at people. I mean, I'm just saying, but when you just hawking somebody and you are sitting across the table or next to somebody that's weak. I'm not saying that not to look at people, so don't get me wrong. I think you understand what I'm saying. Don't make it so obvious that you really might have an interest in somebody else. You know what I'm saying? While you're on a date with the person you're with on the date, you know. Put away your phones and give your date your full attention. That's not hard. You can do that for an hour or two. That's not hard. And then, if, you know, after the date's over, then go rip and tear and do what your thing or whatever, you know. But while you're on the date, pay attention to your date, you know. Make her feel like she matters, whether you don't think she matters. Just you're on the date, so just be polite about it, you know. Don't be a brood. Find a way to compliment her sincerely, you know, if you can. Hopefully she's on top of her game. Most women try to get prepared when they're going for a date, though. That's for us, it's like, oh gosh, a date. You know, so they try to be kind of most. Now I don't know. This younger, I don't know. I would say most of the time, you know, most women they want to try to look good when they're going out on a date because they got a man with them, so they want to kind of show off a little bit, you know. So they want to try to, you know, impress you. So they're going to most of them are going to try to look nice. Mind your manners, guys. Just mind your manners. I mean, I think you know what that is. I mean, don't be rude and guys, don't be all loud for everybody to hear your conversation that you're having with your date. You know, if you have to bend into her and, you know, and hey, you know, or just talk low. Don't have everybody all in your conversation. To me, that's the rudest thing. I'm like, to me, that seems pompous when a guy's talking all loud for everybody to hear their conversation. Don't do that. That's to me is just, that shows low class mentality. You just want everybody to hear what you're saying. Why? You want the person that you came on the date with to hear what you're saying, not everybody else, you know? So just think about that. Hold the door open for goodness sakes. You know, if you're walking into the place together, it's not going to hurt you. You know, grab the door for her, you know. That'll make her really feel, that sets a good tone, you know. That'll make her feel really special, you doing that. Us women, we want to be treated like we're special, you know. Like the guy, like you care about us, you know. And that like we're special, you know. And just the little things matter. Sometimes, you know. Maintain eye contact. That's very important. Nobody's saying stare her down completely and don't look away, but show that, you know, you're paying attention to her while you're on the date. You know, nobody's saying don't be, you know, be rigid and don't look and see what's going on, or nobody's saying that, but I'm just saying maintain a respectable and responsible eye contact. Be mindful of maintaining eye contact conveys confidence and shows you're engaged in the conversation or the dialogue that you're having with your date. Okay? Respect personal space. You know, don't start off just, you know, being too handsy. Kind of see how things go, you know, and what the vibe is. Because sometimes you can be out with somebody and you like, when is this going to be over? But don't just be polite, you know, just be polite about it. But sometimes, you know, you might have this vibe and, you know, you might want to be close, but just kind of be careful of that. Be mindful of physical boundaries and comfort levels. Kind of just, you know, ease your way in and don't just be overbearing right off the bat, you know, because some people don't want to be touched, especially when they don't know you at first. But some people, if you got the right vibe, wouldn't mind, you know, you putting your arm around them or holding their hand or whatever, or, you know, or touching their hand or their arm or something like that. Just be real careful, though. Don't rush physical contact, guys. Don't. If you like her, just give the situation a chance, okay? I understand. We all been there. you know, but just take your time. Let it happen naturally and at a pace comfortable for both parties. Sometimes people just ready to hit it. You know, I don't think, from my experience, that's the best way to go. Most of the time, them situations don't work out. So just kind of take your time. But you're adults, you know how to conduct yourself. If you're both willing adults to whatever you do, that's your business. But if you do physical contact with somebody, keep that stuff to yourself. Don't be telling everybody your business. That's the worst and rudest thing that anybody can do to anyone. You know. So if you do go over top with your date, don't keep it to yourself. You know, be a grown up about it. You know, keep it to yourself. It's nobody else's business what you did on your date. Be mindful of personal hygiene. Please be fresh and taking a shower or a bath or whatever and smell good, you know. Put on some little mint cologne. Don't overdo it though, okay? Just so everybody in the restaurant when you walk in can smell you when you walk past. Just a little, you know. We want to smell a guy that smells, because when you lean into her or something like that to tell her something, she's going to be trying to see, you know, what you smell like. Simple as that. Okay, so those are just a few tips. I'll save the rest for next week. Okay, ladies, it's your turn. Here's some social etiquette tips for single women that you can keep in mind, you know, when you're going through the dating process, okay? Be punctual, same thing as the men. I'm not going to repeat that. Dress appropriately, ladies, you know. Don't go in there looking like old hoochie mama. I can't, that's not, I mean, I understand. People want to be provocative. Just be respectable, you know, about it. Choose an outfit that is suitable for the occasion and the venue. You know, simple as that. I'm gonna leave that right there. Maintain good hygiene. Ladies, please, please don't go stinky. I mean, most women when they go on a date, they want to be at their best, you know. But I'm gonna just throw that out there just in case, you know. Same thing, smile and make eye contact like the guys. It helps to break the ice and make your date feel appreciated. I'm going to run through these kind of quick because most of these are the same, because there's something else I want to go over, because I'm not going to stay on here long, and I'm already at 18 minutes. Offer the guys a sincere compliment. It also helps to break the ice and make you know, when you're making eye contact, it shows that you're engaged and interested. I left that out. Avoid oversharing. Don't talk too much about a whole lot of stuff. Just keep it real basic, you know. Don't say a whole lot, you know. Just kind of feel the person out and just don't overshare. I think we all can figure that out, you know, because that'll run people off. You get to telling them too much right off the bat, you know, so don't do that. Avoid overuse of technology. Don't be scrolling all on your phone and all that stuff, man. Just put the phone up. That looks rude. It might seem as though you're, you know, give people the impression you're chatting with some other guy or something like that, even though you might not be. Before you go on the date, let your family know that you know, whatever, or don't answer it. Just let it go until you finish the date. If it's not an emergency, let people wait if they send you a message or something. Or if you don't have to be that connected to your device during your date. Oh, what's going on now? Don't do that. That's rude. Just wait till after the date. Be mindful of your body language. Maintain open and welcoming posture. Okay, you can go online and look up some, you know, for instances. People can tell a lot about you by the way you sit. Yeah, go look up some videos on posture, correct ways to, you know, to sit, and different postures for different situations. Okay. because this is social etiquette we're talking about. Respect the person's personal space. I mean, the same with the guys. You don't know if he's going to want you touching all on him or not. So just be, don't overdo it. He might be the kind of person that might take it the wrong way, who knows? So just be cautious of that. Don't invade your date's personal bubble. Mind your manners. Be polite. Say please and thank you when it's appropriate, Let him, if he's paying for stuff, tell him thank you for that, whatever it is. And don't be ungrateful, whatever it is. Wherever he takes you for, a date, just be thankful for that, because he doesn't have to do that. So keep that in mind. Don't be snobby about where you go. If he's going to take care of it, be thankful that he's willing to take you somewhere, Avoid controversial topics. Steer clear of sensitive subjects like politics and religion. Yeah, don't do that. Try to be careful of that, because you don't know, you might not have the same views, You don't want to start the first date out like that. So one thing that I'm really, I want to go over, and I'm not going to stay on here too long, but I want to go over, let's see here. Hang on. Okay. I want to kind of go over some safe ideas dating singles can use to express compassion while maintaining sanctity. Okay. Because a lot of these things that I'm talking about, people did back in the old days, and that was totally acceptable. Nobody felt uncomfortable most of the time when they did these types of activities. And as I mentioned, I'm going to go over some of them, and then I'll go over some more next week. Cooking together. That's if you feel safe, being at one of the other person's house or apartment or flat or whatever you would call it, wherever you are in your area. If you feel comfortable doing something like that, like cooking together, prepare a special meal together, explore new flavors and bond over your shared experience, That's kind of interesting. Stargazing night. Spend a quiet evening under the stars, sharing dreams, stories, and creating moments of intimacy. Just kind of watch it, though. Just, be adults and don't, no means no, everyone. So just kind of watch your boundaries. But I'm just giving you some ideas of how, of things you can do to express passion while maintaining sanctity. Okay? By being, keeping yourself respectable. I guess that's a good way for me to put it. DIY art projects. That's something that's really become popular. Engage in a creative endeavor that allows you both to express yourselves artistically. They have places where you can go now to paint or to a picture or to, come up with some sort of ceramic. I'm sure there's some other things, but that's just an idea. That sounds kind of fun, It's a clean thing to do. Explore nature. Now, be careful with explore nature. You might want to explore nature while you're first getting to know somebody, like in a public park where there's lots of people around. But as you get to know each other and you have built trust, then, you might go venture into more remote areas. But when you don't really know the person and stuff like that, don't just take off and go to some remote place with somebody that you don't know, because then you don't know. You got to be safe. So if you're going to explore nature, go somewhere outside where it's a public place where there's lots of people around, and you can explore nature like that. Take a hike or go for a nature walk, appreciating the beauty around you while deepening your connection. I know here where I live in Kansas City, they got tons of parks, tons of them. And people are very active, And during the day they get out and they walk, and you see lots of people. You just see lots of people on these trails. So it tends to, it gives the appearance that it's safe. I very seldom. Sometimes they are, but their stuff happens in them parks. But it's usually the more remote places where people don't go so much. So be careful of that. Write love letters. Now that's really old school. That's going back in the day. That's what we used to do when I was coming up. When you really liked somebody or you were interested in somebody. We called them pen pals. We had pen pals back then, and we would, especially like if you were entertaining someone that you wanted to get to know that lived out of town, we wrote them letters. We would just write letters back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And that was a pretty cool thing. Pinning down your feelings in a heartfelt letter can be a powerful way to convey passion. People used to express themselves more back in the day. And I think we need to get back to that. Attend a workshop. That's interesting. They got a lot of workshops here in my area. Participate in a class or workshop that interests both of you. Fostering mutual growth. I think that's pretty interesting. So that's an easy thing for people to do. Volunteer together. Work as a team to make a positive impact on your community, reinforcing your shared values. Yeah, that's very important. And I know a lot of nonprofits could probably, use your help, especially during certain times of the year, around the holidays especially. They need a lot of volunteers. And so that's something that you might want to consider doing. I worked in nonprofit for most of my career. And I've worked in corporate positions too, mostly when I did that, I think it was pharmaceutics when I did that. It was pharmaceutics, and then I worked in a lab that was, science related, but for profit. Those were for profit companies. But most of my career was spent in working for nonprofits, education, and social service agencies. So I know that a lot of agencies, can use volunteers, and you could always call if you have a United Way in your area. You could call them and find out, what agency, if they know of any agencies that need volunteer opportunities, and then find out the times that that can accommodate whatever your schedule is. Because I know there's a lot of agencies that need volunteers for different things. So for different maybe events or around the holiday seasons or whatever, for whatever they may have going on. Share music playlists. I love music. Back in the day, we used to listen to records, and more from records to cassette tapes. And I still have tons of cassette tapes. I still have an old school cassette player and record player. I don't have any more records, but I still have old school cassette tapes. And so I can listen to those, but I also listen to the radio. But then I also have, I listen to YouTube, the music on YouTube. So, and then I when I'm using my phone, I also listen to music. I used to be connected to Spotify, but I haven't been listening to Spotify that much recently. But that's just something to think about. Visit an art gallery or a museum. I know in our area, we have museums you can visit for free. And one of our museums is Nelson Atkins Museum. It's probably one of the top museums. I would put them anywhere in the world as one of the top museums. And you can go there on the weekend for free at certain times of the day. And it's really a fabulous thing, So that's just something to think about. I don't know about your area and what the costs would be associated with it, but it's just something to think about. But at any rate, I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for spending time with me and coming to visit when you have the opportunity, when the show is over. I'm going to be here for you. As I said, I want to be a mentor for you. And, I want to focus on mental health. And then I also want to become a community resource for people so that they can get information on resources that may be available to them in their area. Also, I just happened to video record theology lessons, and I release them because maybe somebody will get something out of it. This is not a religious channel. I'm spiritual. So I'm just letting you know that. That's just something that I've been doing extra. My main focus for this channel is to develop channels of communication for the adults so that the adults can be able to have a place where they can come and talk about adult topics, but in a very respectable manner. So anyway, I just hope that you have a good weekend, and I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me whenever you have a chance to see this live show. And I just want you to remember to smile this day anyway, and reach out to one person at a time, one person at a time, one person at a time. Okay.